people underestimated me in CLG. They were like a 7th place team, and when I joined, we went to 3rd place in regular split and playoffs. I think I brought a lot to the team, and
This is Zento from Esports Heaven, and I have here with me PowerOfEvil from FlyQuest. Now you're victorious over CounterLogic Gaming. Dude, that game, you absolutely obliterated them. Just how does it feel kind of, I guess, beating your old team too?
well, I can't deny that it feels good to win against your old teammates or like your old team. But generally, it was just important to get another win, and we just needed that win just to keep going on our win streak, keep the morale up, and I think we played really good today.
So talk to me about that quirky package, because that was ridiculous. Did you know you did more damage combined than all other 9 players?
No, I did not know that. Wow, that
Dude,
is
you
crazy.
literally 1v9'd.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow, that is crazy. It was pretty funny because we said like, so Viper got caught and we were like, oh, like, fight front to back, guys, fight front to back, we can possibly win this. And then, I don't know, I just saw that moment, I just saw like the perfect package, and while I was packaging, I was already like trying to plan like, where am I gonna jump afterwards, like how am I gonna team fight this, and I don't know, it worked out perfectly until the end. I feel like I should have called one guy to ward the bush, and I'm pretty sure I could have gotten the pentakill if I told them to ward the bush where Aatrox is.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
But yeah, besides that, I think the team fight was really good.
Uh-huh.
I was really happy about it.
So it seems like you're having a really great split, this split. Like you're one of the strongest mid laners, I think, in the entire league. And it seems like you've kind of reinvented yourself, as if you're more aggressive. And I don't know if you feel that way, but how do you think your performance is thus far this split, and do you feel as if you're doing something different, or?
Well, I think that I definitely get enabled a little bit better now in FlyQuest, and I can individually show like a better performance. But I think people underestimated me in CLG. They were like a 7th place team, and when I joined, we went to 3rd place in regular split and playoffs. And I think I brought a lot to the team, and I think right now in FlyQuest, I think overall everyone is doing really good, and I feel like the synergy is going really good. I think Turtle is pulling off the damage numbers, enabling me to like be a little bit better in team fights where I don't need to be that afraid of like everyone just going on me. Or Igna is doing really good engages, so it's really freeing me up to do a team fight damage, and I think I can really shine in this team. I can really like show my potential.
Yeah. So shifting kind of topics there, you're known for this massive champion pool, right? And it seems as though you have a better champion pool than a lot of other players that have played historically. So what's like your secret? Like give me the sauce on how do you pick up champions so quickly?
Well, as a player, you normally just need to play solo queue, right, and try out stuff. And I'm always someone who liked or enjoyed just playing random stuff and like trying out new item builds, new like just secret recipes of like one tricks, like trying stuff out. I'm like, oh damn, that doesn't look bad. So I talk to them like, oh, like maybe I should try that out in this matchup. And I think it's overall I really enjoy it. And I feel like back in the days it was not really that accepted yet. Like that, I watched Doing B before. Like he did this really like good pop off on Worlds where he ended up winning it all.
Yeah.
Like he used to had somewhat the similar play style where he was just like playing like Kled mid lane. He was playing like the old Pantheon mid lane, and I was like, wow, like this guy is like popping off on these, like people would call random champions, like and like carries teams. And I don't know, I really like. I think after Worlds, people nowadays are like more like, oh, like this is actually a strength. Than before it was more like, oh, he's like, he needs these pocket picks to win, and it was more seen as like a weakness. But nowadays, I think it's more seen as a strength.
So there's like this famous saying of master or jack of all trades, but master of none, because there are people that spread themselves too thin when it comes to trying to learn multiple things. So how do you, as a player, determine when something is worth it to actually invest your time into learning something that is very niche or off meta? Like, how do you make that determination as far as value is concerned?
Well, so champion pools is always a really tricky thing. In the end, it's not only the player's decision, it's a team thing and a coach's decision too. So like, I could do really good on a certain champion, but it doesn't work out in it doesn't work out in scrims, and it's just not our team style. It's not our team style, and as example, we would like damage numbers in team fights, we wouldn't get the kills, and it just doesn't work out. Like, there's no reason for me or like other players to enforce this pick onto the team, because even if it's meta, as example, like it might just not fit the team. You know, like maybe they need other like attributes from you, right? It's like maybe like team fight shot calling. Maybe they need like you to split push more, stuff like this, right? So you always need to adapt to your teammates' strengths and as well, like obviously like what the coaches think is the best for the team.
Yeah, and I guess that goes into my other segue of just being overly flexible. Do you think that can ever be a thing for a player? Can a player be so flexible to where they don't really have a play style, and then therefore that affects their own team? Like, have you ever felt like you have done that in the past, or just what's your topic on or idea on that?
Well, I'm always someone who felt like a player should he should have a big champion pool. He should be ready to like counter pick certain champions, like always be ready to like get the best possible like champion. But I think it's really good for a player to just have that champion, or like have like 2-3 champions which you are like comfortable with, playing it in any matchup, knowing you're gonna do good, knowing you're gonna be stable, and knowing you have your impact. And I think that's really important to have too, right? Because on blue side, as example, most of the times the mid lane or top lane needs to blind pick, so they need to have a really stable pick, and they need to be ready to pick into anything. And sometimes you're just gonna take the hit as a player, right? Like you can't always be the carry, you can't always be the one like getting the counter pick, right? So you need to be ready for that as well.
Okay, cool. So you guys completely smashed CLG this week. Excited to see how well FlyQuest does coming into the upcoming weeks. You guys just played absolutely nuts this week, so congrats.
Thanks, man.
This has been Azento from Esports Heaven and PowerOfEvil from FlyQuest. Thank you.